So we all know that on a PBA Tour, most of the time having a high rev rate is kind of an advantage, but I'm not in that category. I'm on the lower end of the spectrum with my 370-ish rev rate, so I have to do it different, and I have a really hard time, like a lot of you guys I think, increasing my rev rate by a substantial amount and repeating the shots with the higher rev rate. But I found that if I change my hand position a little bit and how the ball comes off my hand, I can actually change my ball roll quite a bit, make my ball roll a lot stronger, so my ball reaches the lane more consistently, reaches the lane stronger, and goes through the pins a lot stronger, making it kind of look like I have a higher rev rate than normal without my rev rate actually going up. So I'm going to share with you in this video what I'm doing, what I'm working on, and hopefully you can take that into your game and try to work on these things, so you don't need to add 100 revs to your game to be more successful. Something I noticed during the tour season was that I had a tendency for my hand to get a little bit around the ball and a little on top of the ball, leaving my hand in kind of a weaker position, which definitely made my ball not see the lane the right way and create some worse than necessary ball motion. So I really tried to focus on getting my hand more up the back of it, keeping my hand more under and behind the ball, which really helped me. And after the tour season's done, I've really focused a lot on that when I'm bowling at home, like really trying to keep my hand up the back of it and really trying to put the weight of the ball on my index finger when I'm letting go of the ball. So let's see how that looks, and I'll show you some comparisons. So that was pretty good. Like, kept my hand pretty up the back of the ball and just really rolled it. I'm creating less axis rotation than I used to do, which at least on the conditions I bowl on tour is a pretty good thing. Obviously I also have to get more around it, but I'm trying to be versatile from this position where I'm more underneath the ball and more behind the ball, and then I can go way up the back of it, or I can go more around it but from the same position to create that stronger ball roll. Let's do a couple more where I try to do the same thing so you can kind of see. Yeah, not too bad. So one thing you might notice, I'm throwing a little bit older ball, a harsh reality pearl, but I feel like for this video, the colors on that ball really show pretty well, at least to my eye, I hope it also does on camera, how the ball rolls and how much like axis rotation, how I get out of it. So hopefully that translates well on video too. So let's throw another one. I'm really focusing on keeping my hand up behind the ball and really getting the weight of it, rolling it off my index finger, and basically starts at my setup and the beginning of my swing, where I really want to feel like my hand is staying in that position behind the ball. See, that one wasn't nearly, well, I felt like my hand stayed behind the ball, but I didn't get as much underneath it, so I didn't rotate through the ball as much, making it roll a little bit weaker, roll more forward, and didn't come off the end of the pattern quite as strong. Not necessarily a bad shot, but a little bit different. So let me show you, like, when I don't do this, how it kind of looks, even if it might not be a bad shot, but just where I go back to a little bit of the old habit, so to speak. So here, if I do it right, you'll kind of see my hand go a little more on the side of the ball and be a little more on top of it. that actually wasn't that bad, but it certainly was different. My hand definitely rotated more around the ball, and you could tell the motion was a little bit different. It wasn't awful, but the thing that happens when my hand does this, I don't really know if it's gonna hook more on the back because it's gonna be cleaner and have more axis rotation, or if it's just gonna kind of over skid and roll out and stop. So it becomes pretty inconsistent ball reaction, where when I keep my hand a little more up the back of it and roll through it, it's a lot more consistent, and it's a lot easier for me to guess what my ball is doing, rather than it being a little bit more random. So let me try throwing one more the way I don't want to throw it. Yeah, you can definitely tell on that one. That one I kind of exaggerated a little bit, but that one was definitely like I almost spun it a little bit. Hand got more around it, got on top of it, and that was probably more exaggerated than what a small miss would normally be for me. But you can definitely tell that it was different, and the ball reacted much different than it does when I get in that good position where I want to be. So let's throw one more like I want to throw it, and you can definitely tell how much different the ball revs up and how much different it reacts. So remember, I just left that week 10. Let's get a good one here. Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, you can definitely tell my hand stayed behind the ball longer. It didn't rotate around it, didn't get on top of it, just kind of rolled through it. Really felt it on my index finger at release, and it's I even got it further right, and it still picked up stronger and continued more than the one I spun around a little bit more, and my hand got in a weaker position. So even though my rev rate probably doesn't change a whole lot between those two shots, the ball reaction is way different, and I feel like it's much more consistent shot to shot, knowing what my ball is going to do when I keep my hand up the back of it and get behind it, get that stronger ball roll, compared to when I get on top of it and spin around it a little bit. So see if this one's going to be a good or a bad one, but we'll try to make it a good one. Yeah, that one was pretty good. I feel like that one got to the right spot. I just rotated a little bit more, added a little more axis rotation without it being in a weak position. So it hooked more, but still in that same kind of motion that the one I just threw that struck, where I had a little less axis rotation. So it was just more reaction, but strong reaction, where some of the other shots might react more, might react less, just depending on how it sees the oil, and it's a lot more sensitive. So that's kind of what I'm working on. And one thing I'm also noticing when I'm getting my hand in the right spot, in the strong spot, I have an easier time hitting my target. I have an easier time getting my ball to go to the right and don't miss left quite as often, which is because my hand gets a little closer to my ankle, so the ball is basically in a stronger position, in an easier position to throw it from, and my whole arm kind of rolls towards my target, rather than my thumb and my wrist rotating forces the ball to go left of target and then have to redirect it. So everything kind of becomes a little bit better when I focus on this. Obviously, a lot of things have to be right in my approach, getting up to the finish line for me to get my hand in that stronger position, but that's also something I'm working on. I talk about that in other videos, but here, like, really trying to keep my hand behind the ball, feeling the weight over on the index finger, and really just trying to roll through it there, really seems to make a difference for me, both in shot making ability but also in ball reaction ability. And it kind of minimizes the gap between me having that lower rev rate and the really high rev guys by me making my ball roll just a little bit stronger allowing me to compete a little bit better on tour, even though I'm going up against guys that have more than 100 more reps than me. So hopefully that also helps you guys. Go work on your feel where your hand is, and you'll get a lot better at repeating your release and creating some better ball reaction, some more consistent ball reaction. So hopefully this works for you. Hopefully it helps you. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you struggle as a lower rev rate player, and if any of this is helpful for you, so you can get more strikes and get that average going up a little bit. So see you in the next video. Make sure to subscribe to get all the new videos I make on how I practice and how that can hopefully help you. So see you guys.